Hi, welcome to day 3 of Sit, Circle, and Explore. And I'm going to just quickly walk through the slides of day 3 to give you a feel for what happened in day 3. And I'm going to walk through some parts pretty quickly because I've already covered them in the previous videos. So here goes. I'm going to go back to the slides and we're going to get going. So in this workshop, the sit, we're going to do Serenity and we're going to change it to Serenity Go. So it's going to be a bit different. The circling is, again, we're going to talk about the breath, your mindfulness, what happened when you got off the breath and the breath you lost it, and how did you feel in your body. And then in the exploration part, we're going to do life sketches. So basically, we're going to do some 5-year plans, and they are going to be, what are you doing now? What would you be doing if you couldn't do what you're doing right now? And so say you got injured and you had to do something different, right? Or if you won the lottery and didn't care what other people thought, what would you do? So what's your dream? And so here we go. Again, we open the session by setting the tone that it's happiness. We're wanting to be well and happy, and we want everyone to be well and happy. And I wanted to talk a bit about self-regulation and Dr. Stuart Shanker's thing, because he has some really good science that helps talk about a few things which we take for granted. And one of them is what does calmness mean and how does it feel? And so he talks about that, actually associating the sensations of emotions and calm are what it is, right? And so the main thing is calm is not equal quiet. Calm is quite different than that. And so it's really physical. There's sensations, there's a slower heart rate, there's deep and relaxed breath. There, you feel loose and relaxed, right? Cognitively, there's other things going on, right? And emotionally, you need to actually enjoy this state of calm. And for a lot of people, the physical feeling or the cognitive feeling of calm is uncomfortable. And so we have to retrain ourselves to understand what calm is. And so I thought that's really interesting is that, we actually don't know or interpret calm sensations as actual calm. So anyway, so at the beginning of the sit, we state the aspiration to expand awareness, deepen wisdom, and increase compassion for the benefit of all beings. And in this one, we did a little bit different, right? So the ground is a platform. It's reliable. It's super durable. We have roots into it. It's very safe for us, right? In the posture level, we can be poised to leap like a cat. And so when a cat is hunting, it's very on processing everything, but it's also conserving as much energy as it can. So it's incredibly calm, but it's poised, it's aligned, it's tall, it's ready, right? And from a space perspective, that cat is open. It's very expansive. It takes in all its senses and it's ready, right? Cat's senses are open and receptive. It's flowing, it's accepting, whether it's good or bad. It's taking in all the information so that it can make good decisions. It's not pushing back on things, right? And it's connected and kind. It's really doing good dialogue between itself and the outer world, right? And we check into our breath in this state that we've kind of got to this point. So let's have an example of what your breath feels like. So observe your breath going out and observe your breath going in. And then let's smile and notice the smile gives us safety, but the space also grows from that. So the smile is a really important thing. And then we check into our presence and we can notice that, I'm really big and I'm okay in this situation where I've really expanded my awareness like that cat and really bringing in a lot of information. And I'm big, I'm okay, and I fit as well. And, appreciate this opportunity to go and, and all those who got me here today. And in the offering, in this situation, so now we are like a cat on a branch. We're taking in all the information and we're okay with that. There's nothing afraid. And so then all of a sudden, the mouse goes and we see it on the ground. So we're a cat. So we leap. But we're a cat. We're always going to land on our feet. We're going and we're in the flow and we're okay. So just be okay. Stay with it. And that's the meditation. So then we close that meditation by sharing the merit of this work and noticing the distortion. So in what parts were you, clenching or not observing or not wanting? In those points, you weren't taking in information. So then we do the circle again, and circle R is how was your breath while you were doing that? And when did you notice that you were off the breath or you were off the point in the meditation that we were at that time? And really, how did you feel in your body? How were the soles of your feet? How did you feel in your chest? How was the crown of your head? How were your hands? Tell us about those kind of things. So in the exploration on this one, it's quite a long one. It's the most interesting one. We're doing life sketches. So you get a big sheet of paper and we break it into 4 sections. One is plan A, one's the dream, and the other one's not plan A, right? And so I've got some points on there that you can work through this. So the work-life manifesto work can be used for that. So you can do a timeline of your work or a timeline of your life, right? Use 3 questions, to explore. What do you want in a life? How do you test that? Or how do you explore that, right? And there's these 3, the plan A, plan not plan A, and the dream are, what is the thing that you do, right? So say you're an electrical engineer and that's what you want to do, right? But the next one is well, what can you do if you suddenly couldn't do that, right? And so a good example of that is my daughter took chemical engineering, 5-10 years ago, and the work fair for that used to have 500 companies came to it, and then in around 2015 or whatever, it was 0. It went to nothing, right? There was an oil crisis, and there was no chemical engineering path that worked in oil and gas. So then, you do a complete career shift. So what would that be for you? And then the thing you do if you had all the money and image were no object. So dream big, what would you do? And so, we go through all of these and you quickly sketch them out. And I walked through this before. So these are all the things you can use to, go through and sketch out your things. And, from the facets of you, so there's a spiritual facet, a service, travel, fun activities, career work, finances, health, and family, add those things in there. And so here's plan A in detail. Here's the dream. And, here's not plan A. And so after that, have small group discussions. And so in this one, you kind of have to tone it down because there's a lot of discussions. It's quite interesting. Actually, some people don't have anything to say. Most people have a lot to say. And then we bring it to a full room discussion. And that's it. We close the session, opening the heart, clearing the mind, may benefit all beings. And that's it. All right.